A user was browsing the games section of Roblox. They saw your average first-person shooter and some odd life games. They kept browsing until they eventually found Survive the Disasters and thought it looked fun enough to play. They joined into a server with about 5 other people. The Robloxian played around in the game for a bit and was about to leave when one of the other players in the server began speaking.
What you assessed.
The user was confused. Maybe this other player was from another country. Looking at the text a bit more, they came to the realization that it was actually Latin. Although they studied Latin before, they had to go on to Google Translate to decipher the text. Putting in Latin to English in the translator, they found out it meant
God is dead.
A little bit dark for Roblox, but it's probably just some person trolling, or so they thought. Going back to the game, the user noticed other people were catching on. 2 other players left the game, leaving just the user, the odd other player, and one other Robloxian in the server. After a few rounds, the user noticed that the disasters were in the same order every time instead of random and quickly got bored of the game. They soon left and immediately received a party message. The user had no friends at all, so this should be impossible. The message was in Latin and this time it translated to the phrase,
I can see you.
After reading this, the strange user began typing again. The message sent next was creepy, to say the least. The message was the user's real-life address and postal code. The user lived in a rural region, and the police would likely take a while to reach the house. The user suddenly heard a knock on the door downstairs. They carefully stepped down the stairs and walked up to the door. The user reached for the peephole and looked through the opening. A middle-aged man was standing on the other side, a grin plastered on his face. Drawing back in shock, the user began to panic. Thinking of calling the police or their parents, they thought to have one more look. Maybe the man would be gone. They looked through the opening once again to find the guy had vanished, and a black doll with red paint over its face stood in his place. The user jumped back and tripped, hitting their head on the floor and falling unconscious. When the user woke up, their whole body ached, and there was a cut on their arm that looked like some sort of occult symbol. Their parents were asking questions, the user claiming they had just felt too scared to tell the truth. The user has not returned to Roblox yet, and does not want to risk another encounter with that Robloxian. The Robloxian involved, the one who spoke Latin, had their profile linked at the end of this story, but the account had been terminated. Using Roblox Studio, I was able to script a function that gave me the username from the user, and I managed to find the profile on Roblox Trade. The profile's name is a scramble of numbers, if you are curious. Its avatar is completely black, wearing the Borderland Defender hat. The account has the ninja mask of Shadows, the Viking plunder cap additionally. It was made in 2016 and has favorited 2 content deleted games, one of which is its own. Its only place had received more than 100 visits at the time of the user's deletion. Going to the place, you will find it to be the current starter place, indicating that what was once there has in fact been deleted. The account is in a group though, but I decided to stop investigating there. What did you think of this story? Do you want to see more of this content in the future? If you like these videos, make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video.